Good morning. I guess. Good morning. We'll see what's going to happen today. This is going to be a very interesting day. I have mixed feelings, but I also look at the direction of the market. I was thinking about it this morning for like 3 hours, and we'll talk about it in a second here. All right, so let's see what happens with the reaction of the market when it opens up. Obviously, unless you live under a rock, there's a war going on in Ukraine with Russia. So I actually talked to somebody over there. Somebody's in the chat that's in Ukraine, but I talked to somebody over there, and they're like, yeah, it's a full-on war here. So I guess what Putin had said was he was going to only go for these 2 regions where he wanted to claim. Turns out he started moving into this area called Odessa. Then that's not inside the area, so I guess it's a war. If you go on Instagram, you can look it up. People that are over there are posting videos like no one's business. But yeah, it's crazy. So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really know what the end game is here. I would have to think that it's going to be Russia taking over Ukraine. Everybody's staying out of it. The only thing that people are doing is putting sanctions on, and they're basically saying we're staying the hell out of this. NATO doesn't want to get involved. If NATO gets involved, you risk nuclear repercussions. Look at crude. It's at about $100 in oil. NASDAQ futures are down about 3%. Dow and S&P futures will be down about 3% anytime soon. So came out this morning, which is helping a little bit for the futures. You're going to see a lot of futures buying today, which is going to be the plunger protection team getting in there and plunging, trying to rebound this market a little bit, buying future contracts probably into the summer and into the fall, and probably a ton for next week. GDP number was revised up to 7%. Sure, jobless claims 232,000, slightly less than expected. Listen, nobody's looking for a job anymore. We have a supply chain shortage. We have everything shortage. We have a labor shortage. I went to a coffee shop yesterday here around where I live, and I said to the guy, I want to, I was like, I want to order some food. He's like, dude, we don't have food. We haven't had food. I said, when are you going to get food back? And he said, I'm not getting food back. I'm selling this place. I can't get one person to walk through that door and work for me. I'm like, okay, how much are you paying? He's like, I'm going to pay $20 an hour for somebody at some local coffee shop to fill coffee, make lattes, and put sandwiches in an oven thing. And it's just like, what is going on? He can't get one worker. It's only him working. It's unbelievable, but everything's heading in the right direction, right? Okay, so here it is. Russia attacks Ukraine conflict. I've been reading through these stories a little bit. Russia launched a wide-range attack on Ukraine on Thursday, hitting cities and bases, airstrikes, or shelling as civilians piled into trains and cars to flee. I'm going to read you a text I got here from somebody over there. It says, all airports are destroyed. 190,000 Russian army entered the country. All major cities are under bombing. And then he wrote, it's not transitory. Ukraine's government said Russian tanks and troops rolled across the border and accused Moscow of unleashing a full-scale war. Vladimir Putin deflected global condemnation and cascading new sanctions and chillingly referred to his country's nuclear arsenal as he threatened any foreign country attempting to interfere with the consequences you have never seen. You guys batshit crazy. World leaders decried the attack. Listen, this is the part that kind of, I don't want to say sparked everything, but this is the part that I'm saying is like, he's not just going after those two regions that he wanted. When he started to move into this Odessa area in the west of Ukraine, that's when he went outside of those two regions, and that's why we're saying it's a full-on war. Vladimir Zelensky cut diplomatic ties with Moscow and declared martial law there. I think that was yesterday that happened. The Russian military claimed to have wiped out Ukraine's entire air defenses in a matter of hours, and European authorities declared the country's airspace as an active conflict zone. I'm not even going to read this because it's fucking embarrassing. Next. Where should we go next? Here's an interesting take. So this is what I was thinking about for like 3 hours. What is the Fed going to do? So, okay, let me just try to put this into, let me try to think of how I want to say this. The Fed's been stimulating this market for 10 to 12 years. Let's say 10 to use round numbers. Basically dating back to 2008, 2009, 2010, in that time frame. The market and earnings and everything has not been this great to get to these levels of these all-time highs by itself. It's been Fed stimulus. So now they're saying that the Fed stimulus is going to be going away. Even if they decide to put more stimulus into the market, you're hurting the inflation side because inflation is running away. If you cut interest rates, what's the point of stimulating the market even more? Because you're going to just have to cut interest rates even more to combat the more stimulus into the market. So I'm just sitting here thinking about this from both ends and trying to figure out what exactly can the Fed do. I don't think they can do anything. Looking at runaway inflation, nobody wants to work. Earnings are coming in poor. Supply chain shortages all over the country. Now you have war. This might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. This could have been it, because I don't know what else they can do. They have to raise interest rates. And I'm telling you right now, a 1/4 point bump is not going to be enough to stop inflation. And now that you have more crisis going on, if this starts spreading to regions outside of Russia and Ukraine, especially if it gets into China, Taiwan, etc., you're going to have even more supply chain shortages than you're having right now. And you're going to be in some serious trouble. So they're between a rock and a hard place. They don't have anywhere to go that I'm seeing. I've thought about this from every angle. If somebody can point something out to me, because maybe I've been thinking about it so long now I have like tunnel vision of thinking and I'm not thinking outside the box anymore, but I just don't see it. I really just don't see it, how they're going to combat this. And I throw on top that from my understanding that I've been reading, Russia supplies 2/3 of the oil to the UK, the energy to the UK. So, I don't know. All right. Sadly, this is going to be worse than the 2008 and the tech bubble. I promise you that. You've never had stimulus like this. You've never had any kind of run-up inflation like this to these levels of market. This is going to be way worse. This is unprecedented. What we're seeing right now has not been done in the history of the world. You have well surpassed 08. You've well surpassed the tech bubble. The Federal Reserve is unlikely to back off raising interest rates at its March meeting as it wrestles with trying to fight red-hot inflation on the backdrop of Russia invading Ukraine. Guys, if you can give me some answers. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong. Because like I said, I may have tunnel vision. I may not be thinking out of the box anymore. I don't know. I've maybe been thinking about this too long. So let me know what you think about what I just said. As a result, we do not expect to see geopolitical risk to stop the FOMC from hiking steadily by 25 basis points at its upcoming meetings, though we do think that the geopolitical uncertainty further lowers the odds that the 50-point base hike in March will happen. I don't know. Here's some interesting tweet. Stocks that are at their 52-week highs. Guys, listen to this. I'm going to talk about 52-week lows real quick. So I wrote this down yesterday. Stocks that are at their 52-week lows. Starbucks, Zoom, Beyond Meat, Dropbox, Canada Goose, Fiverr, I don't know what that is. FIS, it's a payment processing or something. Adaptive Technologies, I think it's some kind of pharmaceutical. Nielsen Group, The Real, Square, all 52-week lows. ARK Investments is in the 50s now. So I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think that I'm thinking about this correctly. But here, look at this. Apple minus 12%. And I'm going to talk a little bit about these FANGs real quick. I don't really have anything else to say, anything about the rest of them. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Russia. Okay. Wall Street may be banking on a rescue. I don't think you're going to get one. The banks noted. So here's an interesting point from this person that was talking about this article. He said, if you look at the shorting that's going on in the market right now, it's incredibly low compared to, well, what it was in 2020, definitely back in 08. So this is interesting. This is what he's... short interest is extremely low. Usually I would see you would see higher short interest rate here. Now, let's look and see what happens today and tomorrow, because everything could basically change in one day. Everyone is positioned for more downside. I think there's just some tremors. This is a case of sell the rumor, buy the news. Historical records show that big falls in U.S. stock markets are a good predictor of the Fed to turn more dovish. But even if the stock market were to fall down this year, the Fed might not dial back its plans to tighten, which could keep U.S. equities under pressure. The good news is, says this Ryan Detrick, LPL Financial Chief Market Strategist. The good news is, so when I started to laugh when I highlighted this, because I almost said, well, I always say it's not different this time. This could be different this time. We're in unprecedented times. The good news is that stocks do quite well after corrections. As shown in the LPL chart of the day, this is the 33rd correction or bear market for the S&P 500 since 1950. As uncomfortable and frustrating as market corrections can be, investors need to remember that future returns after such pain can bring a lot of gains. In fact, after previous corrections in bear markets, the S&P 500 rose 90% of the time a year or two later with very strong returns. So, yeah, everything can change in an hour. You know what? It was funny. I was kind of cleaning stuff in my bathroom last night. Everything was just whatever. Next thing I know, I look down at a group chat and they're like, Russia moved into Ukraine, and that I was brushing my teeth and that happened. So, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's go to the next story. So, gold prices. So gold prices are popping. Gold prices, guys, here's a great example of it. I say this all the time, and everybody knows this. Everybody just doesn't want to admit it, especially the hype dorks. Gold is the safe haven. It's been that way for a long time. It's going to continue to be that way. Gold is running up. It's almost $2,000 an ounce right now. It's running rampant because gold is the safe haven. Gold is the hedge. Safe haven with the Russia-Ukraine thing. The move to gold comes alongside major risk-off trade in markets globally as Russia launched. Let's go down here. Barrick shares are up 18% in the last month. The last 50, 60 years, gold has always been the stabilizer in the portfolio. Let's run over here. Bitcoin crashes 9%. Guys, I joke about this, but seriously, don't buy this crap thinking that you're some kind of revolutionary new person that's going to go on and think that Bitcoin's going to be the new thing. It's not. I'm not really in a joking mood, but just don't do it. Here's the thing that I want. Okay, going back to this article. Remember I showed you these tweets right here, or this tweet? So I wanted to show you this next. Here's the deal. Yes, Microsoft, Apple, etc. These are amazing companies that are going to do better than most companies, but they have been the ones that have led these markets to all-time highs. Do not think for a second that companies like Apple and Microsoft are safe havens right now. They're not going to be. They've led the market up over the last 8 to 10 years. They're going to be the ones to lead the market down. Now, they might fall less. They're going to recover faster because they're very fundamentally sound, but don't think that these companies are going to withstand any type of turbulence in the market. Right now, they're leading the market down. Some of the biggest U.S. tech stocks and investor favorites weren't spared in the major market sell-off Thursday. Let's see here. The rout came as high-valued growth stocks had already been hit. Rising interest rates are already a problem for them, and then you throw everything else on top of it. They're going to be the ones to lead the market down. So that is that. Is there a good gold ETF? I personally like gold, and I personally like GOLD. And I personally like GDX. GDXJ is cool. Whatever you like. So let's see what the futures are doing. Let's revamp this. Oh my God, we're already 15 minutes into the show. Wow. So let's see what happens with the futures. Let's see what happens with the market today. Just be patient out there. Don't get too carried away. See what's going to happen and go from there. The yields are kind of ticking down a little bit, which is rather interesting. Alibaba reported this morning. I was talking about it this morning with somebody. I personally think that the whole regulation thing on Alibaba is being blown way out of proportion. But hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're right. I don't know. But let's move on. Square is getting hit pretty bad. I think they report. Yeah, they report after the bell today. Moderna reported before the bell. I think they reported $19 billion in COVID. What do you call it? Vaccine profit, net revenue. I don't know what it was. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. Nikola reports after the bell, so get ready to roll a truck down a hill. Coinbase reports after the bell. Beyond Meat. Let's see. Oh, Norwegian. So I know a lot of you guys are looking at Norwegian from a value standpoint. Ocugen, the greatest pharmaceutical company in the history of the world, reports tomorrow, so that'll be pretty dope. Next thing. If you want to join us, you get 8-pillar software, retirement calculator, which is a phenomenal tool. And guys, I'm telling you right now, you want to know the financial position that you are in going forward, especially if we're running into times like this. We have markets getting killed. We have inflation that's running rampant. You want to know where you need to save to get to a point of retirement where you can do it comfortably and live the lifestyle you want. Stock analyzer tool, obviously awesome. 8 pillars portfolio. You could build your own ETF if you really wanted to. Exclusive content, you get multiple videos per day from me, Seth, and Paul. $30 gets you that. Plus, you get access to the 6,000 people that are in the chat. And if you want to join the Bid and Ask Nation, jump in with me, learn how to trade. I'm telling you right now, I've said I'm telling you right now so many times because I am telling you right now. You got to learn how to short. You got to learn how to short in this market. I'm going to be looking for shorts. I know I have a good bid and asker that texted me this morning. And he said, hey, I'm shorting Tesla, and I'm up 14% as of pre-market. So he wants to close his short at 9:30. Boom, baby. All right. That is that. Okay, let's do some stocks, and we will go from there. What's your thought on shorting the S&P or the NASDAQ? You know, I'm not a big shorting person based on fundamentals. It's just not my style. I'd rather just short on a chart. That's it. I don't really have anything else to say. A lot of people are changing their underwear twice a day in this market. Baba is under 100. Question is, will this be a long-term value trap? Yeah, I don't know. It could be. It very well could be. But everything that I'm seeing that's coming out of there, I mean, I started buying Baba before all of the regulation stuff came out. So I'm going based on numbers. That's it. We'll see. And if I'm wrong, it is what it is. Everybody's wrong. Okay, AMD. I'm not telling you guys to buy it. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I don't care what you do. You shouldn't care what I do. AMD. Okay, so everything is going to be down today. Everything's going to be down. Everything's going to be, a lot of these big tech companies are going to be dropping below their 200-day moving averages. I'm going to be saying the same thing a lot. So let me tell you guys something. If you're not going to day trade today, even if you are going to day trade today, don't trade until after 10 o'clock today. Start at 10:06. Day trading, swing trading, long-term trading, whatever you want to do, just be careful. Don't let an overreaction to the market screw you. So just see what's going to happen before you get all excited and bent out of shape. I want to also say, you will see a lot of, let me see if I can find a trend here. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me type in AbbVie real quick because I know the trend is okay. You will likely see a lot of trends like today. AbbVie is just cruising along up here, going at all-time highs. You could see a lot of these red lines going like this today, just drastically falling. And your yellow line will just go like something like that. Do not let the drama of the day change your mind. I'm not saying that you don't follow your rules, but I'm saying if something looks insanely out of whack, don't overreact to it because a lot of crazy volume will happen today, and you could, that's that. Okay, Catalan, Mo, I care about you. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Mo, shorting the NASDAQ, what's your idea? Listen, if you want to, like I said, short stocks if you want to. I short them based on a chart. I don't short them based on anything else. Okay, let's look at SQQQ. So this is basically a short on the NASDAQ. It's an inverse. So anytime the NASDAQ goes down, this is going to go up because this is basically an inverse short. It's a much cheaper way for you to short the NASDAQ. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to open up here today, which you are, I'm taking profits on that all day long. Not exiting my position, but I'm taking profits all day long because tomorrow we could definitely have a rebound going the other way and you could get burnt or just give up a lot of your gains. Okay, Amazon. So Amazon has fallen. So where was that level that it fell? Okay, so this was that gap. So we have definitely fallen below that. COVID levels were, let's call it 1,700 to 2,000, somewhere in that range. So it certainly has a long way to go. Now, you notice that yesterday it held on to its 25-day moving average, and today it's going to open well below its 25-day moving average. So what is this wick right here? Is that January 24th? January 24th is the previous low on Amazon right there. So if you get an engulfing candlestick that takes out that price and closes the day below January 24th, you can do something with it. But I would rather you just come over here and play it from a swing trading perspective. What's my thoughts on CVX, which is Chevron? Oil is going to get rolling likely. Yep, Chevron. So Chevron's going to start rolling. Chevron's breaking out to all-time highs. If I'm you notice that it jumped and it's just going to sit right at its previous highs at the top of that wick. I would take profits immediately this morning and see what happens from there. If it breaks out further, good. If it doesn't, well, you kept profits in your pocket. There's a reason that thing gapped up and is going to open right at the tips of those wicks. The VIX, I don't really put a lot of weight into the VIX anymore. But we'll pull up the VIX. So the VIX, I don't know where's the VIX going to open. Can somebody tell me? Oh, let's just pull it up. 36.78 is the price on the VIX. Let's see what's VIX going to do. VIX 36.78. Wait a second. Wait. I want to pull up UVXY. Okay. All right. Which ticker do you want? Do you actually want VIX? All right, I'll just give you the straight up volatility index. All right. Yeah, it's gapped up. Again, I would take profits up here. Guys, this reaction can definitely be over dramatized. Who knows? Everything is over dramatized in these markets. I'm telling you right now. Google, let's see what Google's doing. A nice fang. So Google has dropped. This is the same level, January 24th. It's doing the same thing as Amazon. So again, if you get an engulfing candlestick down like this, you do have a downtrend that's being created. So I would rather just come over here and keep shorting it from a long-term perspective. But Yeah, that's it. All right, next. Why aren't you factoring Ukraine got invaded and still trading charts? What the hell are you talking about? God. So, do we? I think I need to go on a campaign. I need to like go on a campaign to I need to, number one, I need to give away Adderall or Ritalin so people can actually pay attention. And number two, I think I need to give away something that clears wax out of people's ears so they actually open their ears and listen to words that come out of people's mouths. So I'm going to start a campaign to give away Adderall and Ritalin to make people focus and be able to get wax out of their ears because they can't hear. Or they're just freaking ignorant and can't understand things. One of the three. And I can't fix ignorance. January 28th is a low on Boeing. So Boeing's just going to keep getting hit. But I wouldn't even look at it over here. Like I told you yesterday, don't even look at it over here. Come over here to a daily chart and just keep shorting it in this regard. But today, if you're short on this today, I would be taking some profits on this because you're getting to this bottom of resistance from this candle right here with a lot of wicks, this big candle right here that rebounded right after. So, yeah, that's what I would do there. Make sure you get some profits. Okay. What else do we have? Rio Tinto. What is Rio Tinto? I don't even know. Is this Chinese? I feel like this is foreign just because of all these gaps all over the place. So I don't really love trading these because they get translated over very strangely into the US market. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know about Rio Tinto. OZON. What do we got with OZON? OZON. Okay. What in the world is this? And, okay, so you're good. Listen, here's the problem. So I don't have a lot of chart here. This is all I have. And after they IPO'd, they just went straight up. Now, all of this, I have no clue where resistance is. This thing can keep going down here. I don't know. This thing could start going up in this area. Anything basically between 80 and 2,500, I have no idea what's going to happen. That's why I don't like trading charts that look like this because there's nothing on them to get going. Let's see. Oh, Eric, I don't know if you'll give out drugs. I'm still waiting on that computer. Listen, I ain't giving out drugs. You guys are buying them, but I'm gonna force you to buy them so that you listen. All right, Yeti. What did this person say about Yeti? Yeti is down to $50. Yeah, so Yeti is. Where's COVID? Okay, here's COVID. So. Once Yeti breaks this level of $45, look out. This thing's going bye-bye. We're going to come down to these $35 levels. So Yeti's had a hell of a run. Luxury item. I mean, you pay $60 for a cup. You're not going to be doing that or $400 for a cooler or whatever, $300 for a chair. I don't really understand the chair. But it's not gonna go well in the luxury world for Yeti. And that is a luxury item. Tesla getting beat down. Remember I told you guys after this happened, after we had this insane flagpole, I said this thing was going to come right back down to the 800 range, and here we are. It's right back, and it's below the 200-day moving average, well below the 200-day moving average. So, yeah, on excellent earnings, probably the best car company in the world right now as far as adapting to the chip environment, and just phenomenal. Great company. Terrible stock price, but it's coming back down to reality. So I would not be surprised to see this thing sub 600. It will face resistance at 400. It will face minor resistance at 300, and eventually it will come back to COVID levels. Remember where you heard that first. All right. Airbnb. I always get this one wrong. Airbnb. Is this right? Yes. Got it. Okay. So here's the problem with Airbnb. If this drops below the level of 130, I don't have any idea what's going to happen because there's no chart, there's no history back here. So once this drops below this level, I don't know, this thing can go as far down as it'll possibly go. So basically 0 to 130, Anything 0 to 130, no clue what's going to happen. That's the problem when you have charts like that. DGX. DGX. Is this Quest Diagnostics? Yep. Okay. So I think the DGX will just sit in this range right here. We'll just sit between 115 and 130, and it'll just hover. So the perfect thing to do would come over here on a swing trading chart, and just every time it's in the sweet spot, just bounce it up and down. That's exactly what you should do with something like that. Google is becoming ridiculously cheap. Well, I don't agree with that statement, but it is becoming cheaper, that's for sure. Taiwan Semiconductors. Talk about another company that's getting hit. Yeah. So here's what Taiwan Semis. It's at $108 right now. If we start moving below 108, look out, because you don't have the 200-day moving average to deal with. This thing is going to move down, and the next support level here with Taiwan Semiconductors is about $80. So and it has a gap to fill right here. So yeah, I'm writing this one down for sure. TSM. Yeah, this is a beautiful looking stock. Okay. All right, what else do we look for? Facebook is dropping like a rock below 200. Yeah, Facebook's going to move with the FANGs. It's going to move with the rest of the FANG stocks. Getting back to COVID levels, and it was going to happen one way or another, whether it was a slow bleed or a fast bleed. This is what's going to happen to all the FANG stocks. Apple, Amazon, Google. Well, Netflix kind of already did it. Facebook kind of already did it. So it's going to happen to them. But I think that Apple and Amazon and Google will be slower bleeds. They'll be like this. They won't have these massive gaps that happen with Netflix and Facebook. So get ready for it. Get ready for it. Moderna, mRNA. Yeah, Moderna is just this is the definition of hype. Basically nothing. COVID comes out, it's the greatest thing ever. They have one of the worst pipelines in all of pharmaceuticals, and you come right back down after you lose, after all of that COVID hype is gone. And that's exactly what happened. This company has zero pipeline with the exception of COVID drugs. Delta Airlines, we'll pull up that, and then we'll do one more stock, and then I'm going to get out of here. Delta's getting beat down. I want to look at Jets right after this, so don't let this false... Here we go, guys. Don't let this false stochastic... So the stochastic's looking really good. This is what I was saying earlier. The stochastic is going to change on you today, more likely than not, because of this insane drop that it has had. So be careful with that. Don't get faked out. Guys, smash the like button for me. That would be wonderful. Or the dislike if you don't like me. I don't really care. But mostly the like, because I like you guys. I want to look at Jets real quick. So Jets is any airline I pull up is going to be doing this today. So Jets is $20 again after pulling back a little bit to 22. Peloton beat down as well. So actually Peloton's doing okay. Peloton's holding this support level. You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think the Peloton might hold around this $25 to $20 level for some time. Unless something crazy comes out with news, everything's looking okay. This stochastic is starting to build itself up. It seems like they've figured out a nice consolidation point down here around $20. We'll see what's going to happen. How low can BABA go? I have no idea. I mean, BABA technically can go to 0, so that's how low it can go. What else do we have? I'll stick around for a little bit more. I just need to get a sip of water, then I'll do whatever you guys want. All right. Okay. Coca-Cola, same thing. Beat down. Guys, here's the thing. All these companies are getting jumped today. So just let it calm down. Let's see what's happening. Let me pull up the market right now. Let's just see what's happening in the market. Okay. NASDAQ's down about 3%. Dow's down about 2.5%. S&P's down just under 2.5%. Just above 2.5%, however you want to say it. That's it. Our financials a good bet right now. So financials, let's see what the banks are doing. Good question. Let's go to XLF, which is the big bank stocks. I'm going to look at XLF, and I'm going to look at... So the banks are getting abused right now. They're getting abused. Okay, let's look at KBH, which is... No, it's not KBH. It's... What
What's the small banks? What's the small bank? Somebody tell me the small bank sector. It starts with a K. I thought it was KBH. Shoot, I can't remember. SARK. What's SARK doing today? Look at this. Look at this SARK. This is unbelievable. This thing just keeps going. Why don't we just look at ARK while we're at it, just for what's and giggles. 58.82. There you go. It's finally dropped into that territory. Lots of blood in the market apart from Lockheed Martin. Yep, that's true. Apple, please. Apple, part of Employed Trader Series, so we're going to wait for that. Let's look at GDX real quick. GDX is really spiking. But even so, GDX spiked up this morning to about just above $36, and you can already see it's pulled back today. So everything's already kind of moving back a little bit. Why don't we look at the S&P real quick? SPY. So SPY's already rebounded a little bit. It opened the morning at 410 and it's already rebounded to 413. So let's pull up the QQQs and see what's going on there. Same thing. Rebounded already 318 and it's already rebounded $4 to 322. So that is what's going on. We both know why. XLE real quick. XLE. Did anybody type in that KBE? Was it KBE? Hold on. XLE. Energy. So energy is just hovering. KBE. Thank you very much. Whoever said KBE. Robo. You the man or woman. All right. Drop below the 200-day moving average. So the KBE. So the little banks, the big banks, everything is falling down. Let's type in KRE also. Regional banks right here. Regional banks are doing the same thing. So that's what I was looking for, KRE. All right, guys. Be careful out there today. Not necessarily be careful. Maybe the wrong wording. Just be patient. Wait another 32 minutes to trade, 31 minutes to trade. Let everything calm down. Let all the futures because there was a lot of selling last night. There's also a lot of buying from the plunger protection team. So let the futures happen, and we will get on from there. I'll see you guys today, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be doing a live stream just for the EM community. Everybody else, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. See what happens. We'll see where everything goes. Have a great day. See ya.
Thank you.